So that morning, I happened to be off because of being a shift worker in the operations center and listening to the news and watching the news as everybody was. And as I kind of suspected, soon got a call recalling me to come, bags packed, ready to deploy to an unknown location for an indefinite period of time. I had no idea what I was doing, where I was going, when I would be back. Offloaded our equipment, and we were quickly met by a state patrol who escorted us, red lights and siren, high speed, down to Manhattan, where the FBI had a building about 6 miles from ground zero that they used as a vehicle storage and maintenance area, and they needed that set up as office space. Well, that's kind of what we do. And so we quickly went about moving vehicles to the side and began establishing communications links and setting up voice, video, and data transmissions in that office space to support FBI operations. So that was our primary role and how we initially responded to 9/11. We could see the smoke plume and all that kind of thing. The streets were almost empty. People were just not out and about. But there were some places that we would have an opportunity to go to eat, in some corner deli kind of places. And they were just so appreciative. They didn't even want to be paid for it. They were just so thankful for us being there. Just like everybody in the nation, our thoughts were reeling, but maybe differently than other folks, many other folks, is that we had something constructed that we could do with those emotions. We had a task to do, and so it allowed us to kind of focus those emotions and energies towards something that we thought was extremely important and extremely productive as we went about setting up that center for the FBI. During that time, some of the folks transitioned over to the Javits Center to help set up that JFO, and they directed others of us to go to Virginia to support other operations that were part of the response effort. This is my second career. I spent almost 27 years in the Air Force, and so as a second career, it really solidified for me that this was some place that I wanted to work, and this was a job that I wanted to do, and really reaffirmed the critical importance of FEMA, and then in particularly in my case, of MERS. I love this nation so much, and to see the unity that there was in this nation, but also to see how, I guess, racked as a nation we were with what had transpired and the loss of life. And so, it's not unusual for me to, at some point in time on the anniversary of 9/11, to find myself with tears in my eyes as I reflect not only on how it affected this nation, but how it affected my family. I'm always reminded of that, and the fact that as part of what I do with Denver MERS, as part of what MERS does in general, that we're faced with that possibility, that real possibility at all times, that when things are going terrible for others, and maybe even going terribly for our own family and our own locality, that's often when we may be called and have to go elsewhere. And that's a sobering thought.